I have been saving up everything from VIP points, gems, to golden keys and artifact keys for an entire season and a little bit more in order to check if it is worth it to save them. I was thinking there could be new heroes or old heroes put into the gold key pool, for example, or same for artifacts that could be put into the artifact pool. And I am now going to be using all of this stuff and see, was it really worth it to save up for an entire season, or is it better to just use them as they come? Hey everyone, Zora's here, and today in this Call Dragon videos, we're going to talk about, is it worth to save up? Now, I have saved up thousands and thousands of VIP points. These are called honor point in this game, but it is for basically the VIP system where you upgrade your membership level and then you get new perks as you go forward. Now, the perks from one to the other are quite minimal here, so I was okay waiting for a little bit in order to use them all because only the HP really goes up massively, and then everything else is the same, basically just a little bit higher. But you also get more stuff per day, but between these two, there's really no difference, so it's very lackluster. The next one after, the level 14, is the one that has a quite significant increase here, so it is very important to do that. But really what I want to show is what it is going to be like when you are into a very strong alliance that is constantly buying gold chests. We are always getting level 50 alliance gift here. Every day I have to go through hundreds of these, which include a lot of gold chests. So it is going to be the most beneficial thing that you can do in the game is being into such an alliance. And as you can see, so basically I haven't used any of them since the beginning of season 1+. So I've all season 1+ entirely, plus a few weeks, I think maybe a month or so of season 2 have now been equivalent to all of this. So quick calculations are going to be hard to do because math is hard, but you can see here I have 372,000. Now I'm going to use them all. I need 130,000 about to get to the next level. Let's see if we can make it. And there we are, we've used them all, and bam, we are now on to the next level because we obviously have now unlocked this, and we are actually pretty damn close to the level even afterwards. So as you can see, we had 372,000, now I have 676,000. So I've gone up basically 300,000 VIP point in one season of being in the top alliance that wins every event that we had in our previous seasons, and that has very active players, as well as myself being obviously very active and doing all the things to stay in this alliance and earn my spot. Now, I'm not a massive whale, I'm just a T4 player. I've spent maybe less than $1,000 in this game overall, and I have 24 million power, so it is not something that you need to be a T5 in order to do so, but this kind of gives you an idea of how much you can get in these over time. It is going to very much add up, and if you are at the beginning of the game, it is very important to get some of these membership levels at the beginning, especially like basically to level 8, but afterwards it is really good to not overdo it and just wait, because the game will be doing it for you for free. Basically, you just have to wait and be patient. And you can see how important it is to be in a strong alliance and to earn your spot so that you can stay and earn the rewards that come with it. Now, gem-wise, you will also be getting a lot from the same thing, but at some point during the last season, I did use a lot of these gems, so it's not going to be as much. It is obviously going to be quite a few thousands of gems. As you can see here, I went up basically 50,000 gems. Again, a very, very decent amount for something that I didn't have to do much with. This was also including killing all the patrols and all that kind of stuff that gives gem. A lot of things give gem in this game, so it's not only from VIP chests, but you can really see how playing a game like this long term, you don't have to play hours every day, but a little bit every day will really add up to make your account very strong. Even free-to-play players will eventually reach T5 and have very powerful accounts with strong heroes if they do this properly. Now, just for fun, we're going to open all of these things. Obviously, I have quite a lot of them. You can see that doing all these events, this is all from just killing patrols while events are going on. And it is just a lot of free rewards, you know, some keys, a lot of speed ups, some of these arrows very worth it. This is worth basically 900 gems right there. So this is why being active is important. Now, these are obviously one of the most important you can buy. I've said this tip a million times already in many videos, and I'm going to be doing it because I think it's important. You can buy this right here. You can exchange your basically extra artifacts for basically 1,000 artifact coin that you need, and you will then be able to buy you can see right here, boom, 5 of these every week. Some weeks it's not there. I don't know why. I think it has to do with when there's events with artifacts going on before and after kind of thing. Doesn't really matter. When it's there, buy it. It resets once a week. The reset timer is right here. And as you saw earlier, I have now 40 of them. So I've done this for 8 weeks, where I've actually 50 of them. So I've done this for 10 weeks, where I bought 5 of them when they were available. I probably missed some, but it really is something you can do that's very important. You can save up. Once you see an artifact that you really want in one of those forged key events, then you will have enough to get it, or you'll have enough that you can purchase the rest and make it so it's not so expensive to get what you want. Now, just for fun, I'm going to show you also all the speed ups I've been saving. I have not really been using many of them because there really isn't any reason other than train troops, but I do have a significant amount of troops that I've been training and healing when I need. But as you can see, I have a lot of speed ups here that I've been saving up. That also comes from just playing the game regularly. I haven't really been power pushing or doing anything like that because the last event that had the skin was too impossible. The whales on my servers are way too massive. I can never compete with them. So I'm waiting for a time where I'm going to be transitioning from T4 to T5. And then I will be able to push a lot of T4 troops into T5, gain a lot of power, maybe win one of the strongest lord or one of the city skins. So I am going to be saving up for a long time because as a low spender, there is no other way that you're ever going to get any of these massive rewards against whales who are paying thousands of dollars for an event. So this is why I'm saving up so much. Obviously, saving up a lot can be detrimental to your account long term because you are weaker while it's happening. As a content creator, it's a choice that I've made, and I do spend a bit of money to make up for it, but it is going to be a choice that you have to make. Now, lastly, of course, we will be going into the keys. Now, my idea here was that when Season 1 started, eventually they added Bakshi here. He wasn't here before, and they added him. Now, they haven't added anyone since, and there is a probably low possibility that they're going to be adding anyone for a very long amount of time. It could be multiple seasons before they add anyone. They could never add anyone, or they could add someone next season. It's really hard to know. Judging from Rise of Kingdom, the other games from the same developers, they have added heroes here eventually in the long run, but the heroes that they've added here have always been heroes that don't get used. By the time we're in Season 3 and 4 with massive new heroes, all of these are going to be most likely completely useless heroes. Some of them might still be decent secondaries and stuff, but if Rise of Kingdom is anything to judge, these heroes are not that important because they get replaced by much better versions. So it is going to be a choice that you have to make here. But I was trying to save. I saved up for a full season, waiting for Season 2, seeing if there's any change. I don't think Season 3 is going to happen that quickly either. They might do Season 2 plus again. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I don't know if they're going to be adding anyone here. But just anyway, in any case, I am going to open a vast majority of these keys just because there is no point in saving them anymore. I've reached 1,000. I am not going to make you go through the entire process of opening 1,000 keys, but I will be opening them and we'll see what I can get. Maybe I'll just speed this part up and you guys can see basically what it looks like. Okay, so that's about it. 1,000 of these keys open. I got a lot of certain heroes in there, so we'll check it out here. So of course, I got a few villains, not as many as I would like, enough to get him to get one more ability. So he's almost maxed out. Now, you can see I have a lot of these G1 hero and these public legendary you can use on anyone, basically, available. And I am not using them yet because I don't want to use on heroes like this. As you can see, I will eventually max him out by getting enough keys without doing any effort. It could be worth to use like the last 100 something to max him out in order to make him so have his ability when I do a lot of fighting. So when a big fighting starts in my season, I might do that. But as you can see, I've gotten all of this with only buying the daily bundle where you get 3 chests basically and nothing else. I have not used a single University token on this hero whatsoever. So it is really beneficial to wait for gold key heroes, because eventually once you max them out, every token you get for them will be wasted. But you can see that I have managed to get quite a few for some of my heroes, so I'm going to be using them. And obviously I'm getting the worst ability, this one is not too bad. So there we go, we get quite a lot of skills on these heroes. And now this Tia, I got 110 of them. I didn't have much before this, so this is going to be very good for her because she's very powerful. It just shows you basically how much you can save up, and 1,000, while it does give you quite a lot, it is still at the same time not that many, because you need so much in order to get these heroes leveled up with their abilities. But it is still, you know, it's part of the game. And obviously this one is only rolling the engineer stuff, so that's quite sad, but it is what it is. We can see that I have gotten a decent amount of these tokens in 1,000, but you need many thousands in order to get them maxed without doing any spending. So it is going to be just one of those things. The nice thing too is that with auto scrap and just scrapping in general, once you've maxed out a hero, you don't need these tokens anymore. You just basically scrap them all, and then you get, you know, so many of these hero coins. And then with the hero coins, you can buy, you know, more of these, basically more of these if you need any of these, which I don't, but these could always be useful because, you know, we need a lot of them to get 7-star heroes. So very important that you come in this store and do buy these things at least when you have, like me, a ton of these currencies, because you have all these heroes maxed out and you don't need them anymore. So that is one thing you can do, and it is going to be pretty useful. Sadly, there is nothing for the legendary heroes yet, so we'll see when extra legendaries can be turned into anything. It will eventually most likely do, because it did take a while in Rise of Kingdom to happen, but it did happen. Now, the last thing left for me will be the universal keys for artifacts. Now, this is the only one where I still think saving would be a good idea. You can see here that all of these are still season 1 artifacts, but they are adding so many artifacts every season that eventually this event that they do where you can buy an artifact with those special keys and stuff will not be possible for you to unlock old artifacts. For like season 1 plus, we had a new artifact. Season 2, we have new artifacts. Season 3, 4, 5, we'll definitely be getting a lot of new artifacts. But if they don't add anything here, then they're gonna have to have a way for us to unlock the season 1 plus artifact, for example, because in order to boost those artifacts, you need the same artifact twice, up to 5 times, to get it to level 5. So if there is no way other than that special event, like that special event cannot have 8 artifacts or 10 artifacts in season 5. So I do think there might be a way for some of these artifact keys to eventually give you more. So there might be here, the season 1 plus artifact might be added here at some point. I'm not sure, this is just a guess, of course, but as again, all of these artifacts, most of them I don't use. I have this one at level 5 already. Everything else I'm not using because I'm using a season 1 plus and season 2 artifacts on most of my guys, and the artifacts that I'm using are just not in this pool. So I find these keys a little bit underwhelming. They don't seem to scale well with the game keeping on going, and I do feel like eventually they might add something here. Now, I am going to use some of them eventually because I do need to scrap some, so I use like 100 every few weeks or something like that, but I do still think that saving these could eventually end up being good. And for me, saving them doesn't hurt my power because my power is unaffected by them. Since, like I said, this artifact is already maxed out, and then this artifact is not in the pool. This artifact is not in the pool. This artifact is not in the pool. This artifact is in the pool, but I am going to change it eventually for a new artifact coming out for infantry, or that already has come out in season 2. So you can see how I find the artifact system very weird, and it hasn't been thought of in the best way for scalability, which I think can be fixed by adding artifacts in here and maybe removing some of these that nobody ever wants or will ever want to touch. So we'll see. It might be another way. I might be completely wrong, but I'm still taking the chance because it doesn't hurt me having all these keys. Doesn't change anything in my life. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching me open all of these saved up resources, and hopefully eventually I will be able to use all of my saved up speed ups for something that is worth it. Make sure to subscribe and follow the channel for more guides and tips for Call of Dragons. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next video.